Welcome, adventurer, to the world of Dragons Dogma 2. So today I will show you my build for fighter to be trustworthy knight in your party. Let's talk with this dude in the Guild of Vacations, and I will explain everything to you and then show how to play him and also gameplay, of course. Fighter is most basic vacation among them all, but pretty fun to play, especially if you like a shield and sword play style. All vacations got some core skills special to them, and fighter is not different. Our first core ability is True Deflect. Deflects attack backwards towards target with impressive might. Basically, it's normal deflect, and you can press R1 or RB, or basically deflect button on PC, to deflect enemy attack, but you need to time it correctly. Also, we get Task Toss when target is on the ground. He is really vulnerable, and with this Task Toss, you can hold your attack button, release it, and you will push little targets towards air, and then they will be on the ground, lying on the floor, for like easy targets. Then we get Stealth Foundation. So if you like to jump from the high places, or maybe you tried to aim for big guy to go on his head and missed, he ran away, it's really useful stuff to have. Basically, you can press R1 button and use your shield to somehow reduce damage taken from fall. And also Enchanted Counter. When using Defend, while Enchanted automatically counters with Elemental Attack. Very powerful stuff. You will have Mage in your party most of the time, so you can easily enchant your shield, your sword, and this will give you ability to basically retaliate damage on enemies while just holding your shield. So these core skills, you will get them when you're leveling your vocation, get them as soon as possible. Now let's talk about build itself and about skills I'm using. Fighter got a lot of attacking skills. He got shield drums. It's kind of provoking attack. You just slam in your shield and enemies run towards you. It's useful for your pawns sometime, but not all the time, and not for you all the time. You will be targeted anyway, so maybe it's not like most important stuff for you in your party. This launch board, very useful for your pawns again, but not for build when you're playing fighter yourself. You can use it if you like a rogue in your party, if you're using thief in your party, but if you're using party from maybe mage, sorcerer, and archer, and you're a front laner, you don't need this launch board. So what do we have like in my skills? Let's start from the first one. Burst Strike. It's advanced version from Blink Strike, and yeah, when you're just leveling up, you won't have all skills available. You need to level your vocation and you will unlock them, but you will have not Burst Strike at first, you will have Blink Strike. That's why I'm calling it advanced version of Blink Strike. So first Blink Strike will be free, or some skills will cost like 100 DCP, but advanced version will cost something like 1k DCP. So Blink Strike rushes towards target with a powerful blow. That's very useful to skip distance to enemy, to launch forward and basically start attacking enemies. You're melee, you're like not too fast, and this makes you faster, you're dashing towards enemies. That's why I like the skill to just close the gap, close distance with enemies. Very useful stuff. Then when we close the distance, we need to start inflicting damage. And that's where I got two different types of inflicting damage. So we can do normal attacks, that's more than enough for fighter, but we get this hindsight sweep, advanced version of hindsight slash. Basically, you're rolling backwards and then lunging forwards with few strikes, counter attacking. And that's super nice stuff if you're going with burst strike on your enemy and then enemy retaliate or trying to attack you. You can use this sweep, go backwards and forward, so just evade attacks. Very useful in a fight. But if you're using your burst strike and going into tons of enemies, a lot of enemies at the same time, we got full moon slash. So if you're maybe surrounded, or you just run into the bunch of enemies, you can use Full Moon Slash, just rotate for Demacia and destroy everyone around you. That's what you do. You're just spinning and doing extended blade attack. Pretty fun stuff. Spinner boy is always cool skill for fighters. And While having a lot of damaging abilities, let's see what we have here. Vengeful Slash. I think we still need one defensive ability, and this advanced from Counter Slash, but will consume less stamina. While defending, you will parry target's attack with a shield before delivering Swift Slash in return. Basically like this. It will consume stamina while defending, as I told you, but basically you're putting your shield, waiting for attack, and then doing counter attack. Pretty useful stuff, nice protecting ability if you can't protect yourself with timed parries. So pretty nice stuff, I guess, like very good and balanced build of skills. But to make this build complete, we need right augments. So augments is different for different vocations, and when you leveling them up, you can pick these augments. But when you level like vocations like archer, for example, you will unlock these augments for other vocations. That's why full build will be completed with different skills. But as fighter, if your first vocation is fighter, you're not leveling archer right now, you will get metal, augments your physical defense, so you will be more protected from physical damage. Also, its provocation increases likelihood of being targeted by foes, and that's again kind of very nice ability to save your party from being attacked. So enemies will come to you, you don't need to come to them. Really useful stuff for fighter. 2 enables you to carry additional weight. That's kind of nice utility augment for anyone, I would say. Pretty nice stuff, especially in early game when you want to pack your pockets with a lot of loot. So additional weight is never a bad idea. And Dominion allows you to lift up and pin down foes for extended duration. You will lift up with charged attack, you will pin down with a lot of normal attacks, and then you can unleash triangle or Y, like additional attack on them a lot of times. So really powerful stuff. And doing it for longer period is nice stuff. Like your bread and butter strategy against most enemies is just pin them down, and whereas with your attacks. And Diligence will give you recovery when downed or crawling. So it's pretty nice. You're in melee range, you will find yourself downed a lot of time against enemies. There's no like roll button like in Elden Ring or other games, so it's pretty useful too. But my build consists of these skills. We got metal to increase our physical defense from fighter, so you will get it. But then I want to have Apotropaism. It augments your magic defense, so we get physical defense additional magical defense from mage. So we need to level mage a little bit to get this awesome augment. Then we get provocation. Again, we are melee fighter, we are tanky guy, so why not to release some aggression from our party. Also, we get Dominion over here, so allowing us to lift up and pin down foes for longer period. I already told you why we need it. And we got Endurance from our friend Archer. So make sure to level Archer a little bit, buy this Endurance stuff, and get this augment for your fighter. More stamina means you can use more skills and less rely on this stamina bar, basically. Very useful augment, I would say, like S tier augment in Dragon's Dogma 2. And also, I like to get a little bit of sorcerer levels to get this constancy. Augments your knockdown resistance. So again, you will be resisted to being downed. Pretty nice stuff. I would say it's really useful for melee fighter who just going in and don't have a lot of mobility. Getting resistance for knockdown is really nice stuff. So as you can see, this build is more on the tanky side, but damage will be enough. Just believe me, damage will be more than enough for you, and especially if you will use all skills correctly. So that's where we're going. Let me show you how to use the skills and what you can do as this type of fighter. First of all, of course, don't forget when you're dropping from the high ground, you can press the button and use your shield. This will save yourself from falling damage, and it's pretty nice ability, so otherwise you will be dead right now, but I'm completely fine. Thank you, bro. And our basic ability is defense, so we put up shield. It will decrease stamina regeneration, so make sure to pull it down from time to time. And also we got normal onslaught. You just slash your sword. You don't need any timings or other cool stuff, just slash and you will be fine. So let's find some guys and also impale. It's our triangle. It's just like attack like this. It can put enemies to the ground, push them, just break defense, break shields. Pretty nice and fun stuff. So wolves, we can like charge our normal attack, put him upwards, come in, and then we can use impale while he is on the ground if he is still surviving, but he's not. Yeah, my character is pretty strong right now, but that's okay. So that's our normal fighting strategy. And yeah, you can just put up shield if you got enchanted shield and run around. So fighter insanely powerful and tanky at the same time. And what about our abilities? Again, burst, strike to close the gap and basically get to enemy faster. So we can use this strike like this, pretty easy and straightforward. If we need to evade attack, hidden strike, very cool and looking just easy to use. And full moon slash in case there's a lot of enemies. And if you wish to counter enemy attack, you can use Vengeful Slash, so it looks like this. And you will hold this pose, it will drain your stamina. That's why my stamina is so high and I'm feeling completely fine right now. If you want to cancel, just press ability button again, just press defend button and it will cancel this stance. So let's put our defensive stance and look how cool it is. We can go into this fight and start spinning around. So pretty fun, easy to use. Don't forget to charge your attack, come to enemies and launch them like to the air like this. He will drop down and we can camp and just use impale to finish him off. Very nice, very cool and fun stuff to use. So pretty easy, just put on your shield and go try to evade attacks. Again, looking like pretty cool, just insanely cool looking. And you can even impale this range throw attacks and other stuff. So that's my awesome and pretty easy to use fighter build for Dragon's Dogma 2. I hope you will enjoy this playstyle and power of this character with abilities and mix of skills for a really enjoyable playthrough. So make sure to subscribe and watch other cool videos on the screen right now. Maybe you want to learn another build for another vacations, and see you in the next videos.